Hi, this is Jeff Stead recording from a rather rainy Cambridge. I would like to talk to you about mobile learning and some of the lessons we've learnt over the last few years about how it helps learner engagement. I work for Tribal CTAD. We're an educational publisher specializing in using technology to try and find ways of helping learning work better. I'd like to dive straight in and start off by giving you my two top tips or two major lessons about what mobile learning really is. I think if you hang on to these two things, you'll have grasped most of why it's important. The first thing is that there are many bits. Mobile learning isn't a single thing, it's a whole collection of lots of little bits. It's a collection of bits of different technologies, it's a collection of different modes of learning, different ways that you can use the technologies to learn. It's a collection of different roles inside the learning. The gadget can be giving you advice, it can be reminding you about things, it can be putting you in contact with your tutors, it can use it for different ways. And equally for the tutors, it represents a whole lot of different approaches towards learning. So it's lots of little separate bits. There's not a single cohesive whole with them learning. It's a lot of bits. The second top tip is that it really is adding to the mix. It's part of the blend of existing learning. So I can be delivering learning face to face, and by adding a bit of mobile learning in, I can extend it. I can use MP3 players, and people can listen to some extra information while they're traveling into my college. I can use a camera phone to get people to take pictures. It's putting it into the existing blend of teaching. But by using it, it lets me reach new bits. It lets me extend it a little bit further. So I can extend my teaching to help engage the 3 students who just don't engage. Or I can extend it into some new ways of teaching, and more collaborative or more constructivist approaches where the learners are using these devices as part of an information gathering exercise, or part of building their own constructivist models around subjects. So there's loads of separate little bits, and when I use it, it's adding into an existing mix and ideally extending it. Those are my top two tips about mobile learning, and it's the things which always seem the hardest to include in what you do. Though, admittedly, that does sound rather abstract. I'm talking about a theory without talking about real things, so it is worth stopping and having a quick look at the actual technologies. What are we talking about? We're talking about iPods, we're talking about audio players, we're talking about smartphones, phones that can have games on them, phones with cameras on them, phones that are actually PDAs, carry around handheld PCs. We're talking about GPS, the devices you just at the front of your car, traffic master, to help you find out where you are, where you're going. We're talking about text messaging on any phones. We're talking about PlayStations, games consoles. We're talking about any small gadgets that your learners can be carrying around, either provided by themselves or provided by the college or by the institution, that we can try and use to add to the mix of learning, and we can try and expand the learning a little bit. That sounds fairly all-embracing, using all of these devices, but the harsh reality is that they're quite different from one another, and they lend themselves to different bits of learning. So I'll walk through some concrete examples just to help put this into a context. On the screen at the moment is an example of an information flyer. It's a glossy bit of card with a series of background bits of information on them, and if I turn the card over, there's a quiz. I read the quiz, I answer it, I send a text message, and I get a reply. This text messaging quiz idea has been really, really successful as an extra hook, hooking people into an idea, getting them to engage in something. In this particular case, we're engaging with people who are interested in being nursery nurses, and we're trying to help them understand that there's a need to improve their numeracy. But we've used these in lots of different ways. Very good at engagement, awareness raising, bringing people in, almost advertising-like. We've also started connecting it to non-technology things. So we have some workbooks, some paper workbooks, and at the back page of the workbook there's a quiz. Test your skills. Did you get it right? Send one text message and we'll give you a reply on how your skills are looking. Another variation, this is a more detailed skill drill down. This is called the driving theory test. Working together with BSM, the driving school people, we've got the entire set of driving theory questions on a phone as a game. Slightly higher specification phone than with texting, because you need to have colour screen, you need to play games. But you can send us a premium text, £1.50, we'll send you a game with 100 of the driving theory questions in, and you can just practice, drill and practice, detailed sort of skills and knowledge acquisition. Try the answers, try the answers, try the answers. Also, been fantastic successful. We launched it a few months ago. We've had close on 2,000 downloads so far. People just trying the theory test, trying it out, drill and practice. Another variation